Up Close and Personal with Jimmy.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of Up Close and Personal with me, Jimmy. Well, you can catch my podcast Up Close and Personal on the Friends FM YouTube podcast channel. And here is where I tell you true stories which I've encountered on my radio journey on my show. Well, a lot of real engaging stories have happened on my show. One story that stood out was about a young teenager, Arjun, from a small town in West Bengal, who faced tremendous hardship in pursuing his education but found unexpected support. And trust me, miracles do happen on radio. You speak your heart out and connections grow. Well, Arjun grew up in a financially struggling family where even daily meals was sometimes hard to come by. His father worked as a daily laborer and his mother was a homemaker, so the family's income was barely enough to meet their needs. Despite these challenges, Arjun was a bright student, deeply passionate about his studies. He dreamed of becoming an engineer, hoping it would provide him a stable life and enable him to support his family in the future. However, paying for school fees, books and other study material seemed impossible for the family. One day, Arjun called into the show and shared his struggle. Many a listener was moved by his determination and ambition. Many of the listeners who heard his story often engaged in charitable activities. Soon, Arjun's story began spreading within the community and a group of listeners decided to pool funds to support his education. They didn't stop at providing financial aid only. Several of them also mentored Arjun, offering him guidance and motivation along the way. Just a simple conversation on radio led to this. Well, over time, Arjun's story of resilience and community support became widely known through the show. One listener, a businessman from a neighboring city, was so inspired by the story that he decided to offer Arjun a full scholarship for his college education. The businessman covered his tuition and living expenses, allowing Arjun to focus solely on his studies without worrying about finances. Through hard work, Arjun went on to excel in his studies and eventually graduated with a degree in engineering. Today he works for a top company and he's committed to giving back to the community that supported him. He has even started a small foundation to help other underprivileged students achieve their dreams. This story touched listeners profoundly, reminding them of the power of a community and the impact of compassion. Well, connection on radio and speaking your heart out on radio can make such an amazing difference to one's life. Well, that's it on this edition of Up Close and Personal with me, Jimmy. So stay hooked to YouTube /919 Friends FM podcast.